Hello everyone, now let's see a topic on K-means clustering. K-means clustering means we have to group the data based on the similar elements. Here we have to follow few steps to group them in particular order. So first step, we have to take initial clusters. Step 2 is to find the centroid of these initial clusters. And then next step 3 is to distance from the object to the centroid. If the clusters chosen are not equal to the clusters found, so this iteration process continues until the initial clusters and the final clusters are same. Now let's see the problem based on this K-means clustering. So in this question we are asked to find two clusters, means K is equal to 2 using K-means clustering, and there are 4 objects. So now let's take the initial clusters. Let the initial clusters be AB, CD. Now let's find out the centroid. Centroid of AB is equal to 5 plus 3 by 2, 4 plus 2 by 2 is equal to 4, 3. And now centroid of CD is equal to 5 minus 1 by 2, 2 minus 2 by 2 is equal to 2, 0. We got centroid of AB and centroid of CD. Now let's calculate the distance from each cluster. Now we have to find the distance from x1 to x1, x2 to 4, 3 and 2, 0, and we have to assign the cluster. Formula goes as d square is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. This is the distance formula. Now let's find the distance from A to x2 and y2 is equal to. Now let's find the distance of point A to centroid AB. So d square of A comma AB is equal to x2 is 4 minus 5 whole square plus 3 minus 4 whole square is equal to 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. D square of B comma AB is equal. Now d square comma AB is equal to minus 1 minus 4 whole square plus minus 2 minus 3 whole square, which is equal to 50. So now let's update these values in the table. 2, 2, 2 and 50. Now let's calculate for the second centroid 2, 0. Now x1, y1 is equal to 2, 0. So d square of A2 centroid CD is equal to 5 minus 2 whole square plus 4 minus 0 whole square is equal to distances for the centroid 2 also. Now let's update these values in the above table. So now let's take the shortest distance. Here for this from these two, which is the shortest distances for the cluster 1? It's 2. So we will take the cluster 1 for the distance 1 to cluster 1 is cluster 1, and from this, which distance is low? Again cluster 1. So we are assigning this to the cluster 1, and even for this, the shortest cluster is 1. So even this is 1, and for this it's second cluster. But we have assumed that A, B and C, D are the 1 clusters. But here we got A, B, C are 1 cluster and D is another cluster, in which first cluster is not equal to the second cluster. So we have to go to the second iteration. Now take A, B, C 1 cluster and D is another cluster. Side of A, B, C is equal to 5 plus 3 plus 5 by 3, 4 plus 2 plus 2 by 3, 4.33, 2.67 is the centroid of ABC. Centroid of D minus 1, minus 2. To the centroid 4.33, 2.67, and to centroid D is minus 1, minus 2. And the assignment will from A to centroid ABC is 1.49, and centroid B to centroid 1 is 1.49. From these two distances, centroid 1 distance is less, so we have to consider C1, and from these two again C1 is less, and from these two C1 is only less, and from these two C2 is less. Therefore A, B, C and D are 2 clusters.